Hello, Dr. T. This is Belon Butler. I'm submitting my video essay question number 1. The first part is we have to stand in anatomical position, which I'm standing in with my standing tall with my head turned anterior or forward, with my hands slightly beside my body, with my feet slightly apart, and my palms are turned anterior, which is frontward. And the next part is to describe 3 major planes that can divide the body's sagittal, frontal, and transverse. Turn this around. This is transverse. This is the top and the bottom. Transverse. Frontal. Which is the front and the back. So this is the front. This is the front. And the back. And this would be, I guess this would be sagittal. Not necessarily equal parts, but you have a right and a left, and it's longitudinal, like this. And then you want a definition for homeostasis. Got my notes in here. Homeostasis is the ability to maintain relatively a stable internal conditions despite the change of external environment, also known as a state of equilibrium or balance. And you also wanted 2 examples of homeostasis. I have the endocrine system, where there is the hypothalamus, which is the control center. Like in the home's heating system, we have a thermostat which is set in the wintertime or in the summertime, like now. But in the body, the temperature, which is the body's thermostat, which is the hypothalamus, which is in the endocrine system, is set at 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 Fahrenheit. And when the hypothalamus receives a message from the skin and the brain, which are the receptors, that the body's temperature has dropped below 98.6 Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius, the hypothalamus sends a message to the skeletal system, which houses the bones, which are known as the effectors, letting the effectors know that the body temperature has dropped below 98.6 Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius. So in that term, in receiving that message that the body temperature has dropped below 98.6 Fahrenheit, the bones begin to shiver, attempting to bring up the body's temperature, and it will continue to do this until the body has reached 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 Fahrenheit. And when the body has reached the set temperature, it sends a message. The skeletal system sends a message to the hypothalamus, which is the control center, that the body has reached 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. So then the hypothalamus, when it receives that message, it will send right back to the skeletal system saying, cease all shivering. And the body will be at a normal temperature, 98.6 Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius. That's also known as a negative feedback effect. Another homeostasis control is in the circulatory system. In the circulatory system, where the skin receives a message that there is a tear in a blood vessel. Let me start over. The circulatory system receives a message from the skin letting them know that it's a tear in a blood vessel. So the circulatory system sends out platelets to the site of the tear in the blood vessel. Platelets, and release chemicals. And then the chemicals are attached to, these chemicals attract more platelets. And then last but not least, the platelets continue to plug the site of the tear in the blood vessel. And this also is known as positive feedback. And this is known as, these same effects will continue to occur. So it's a cycle that will continue to occur until the goal is reached of forming a platelet plug at the site of the blood vessel that is torn. And that's the end of video essay 1 for Belon Butler, Human Anatomy and Physiology 1 lecture. Thank you.